welcome to the very first Roaming Yogini Roaming Yoga Connections video. I am so thankful and so excited to start this journey with you, and I'm just in such a place of gratitude. I look forward to sharing and building a community with all of you. So first and foremost, if you haven't already, I would love to get your contact information. I have a link to my email address and the website. You can visit the contacts page if you want to send me that information. It's just a great way for us to communicate in case you have any questions or if there's anything special that I want to send out to you guys. So if you wouldn't mind taking a moment and shooting on over either to my Facebook page, to my email, or to my website contact page and give me that information. So first I just wanted to kind of talk about what I'm thinking about as far as this series, where we're going, why it all got started, a little bit about myself here in the beginning for those of you who don't know me. I started Roaming Yogini as basically a private practice. I started teaching yoga in 2008, or I started practicing in 2008, got certified in 2009, and I've been teaching and doing private lessons ever since. And so Roaming Yogini was just kind of my way. I was learning that a lot of people, couldn't get to yoga classes, or there wasn't the perfect time, or this, that, or the other, health issues. And so I wanted a way to be able to bring the power of yoga to people, to the masses, to whoever wanted it, regardless of location, regardless of financial abilities, and regardless of time, and be able to make it more accessible for people. So that's kind of how I got it started. A little bit about me. I got certified, like I said, in 2009. I started my personal practice back in Oklahoma, where I am from, and just fell in love with it. I actually fell into an Ashtanga class, which I'll go into detail about different styles, but I fell into this class. It was the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life. And from that moment on, my life was changed, and here we are today with the online yoga classes. I got certified from the Shoshone Yoga Retreat Center and Shambhava Yoga School up in Rollinsville, Colorado, which is about 30 minutes outside of Boulder. So yeah, a really horrible place to get certified, right? And then I came back to Oklahoma with a job managing a yoga studio waiting for me, and from then on I was able to open doors that I never ever thought that I would ever be able to be a part of. Had so many huge experiences with so many different teachers and friends, and just learned so much. And because I got to be a part of so many different styles and different trainings and workshops, I've found that I have a pretty diverse background that I love to share with other people. And that's why a large part of this is because I just want to keep this information and spread this out to you guys so that you can be on your path to healing just as I am. So as far as these videos go, I am planning right now to post every Sunday. I figure Sunday is kind of a really nice day to be able to have a little bit of me time and kind of get prepared for the week, decompress, be ready. So right now, as it stands, I'm just going to be posting a video every Sunday. I would like to be able to incorporate more days as we get more people involved and as you guys give me more responses on what kind of classes you want to do or what kind of things that you want to experience. I would love to be able to add in more and more classes during the week. So the first series that we're going to do is going to start hopefully in February, and it's just going to be a basic series, kind of like a get to know ya. This is kind of the basics, the beginnings, the foundations of what a yoga practice is. And so I'm calling this series Yoga from the Ground Up. And so this is going to be all about starting with alignments, engagements, modifications, how to use your props. And we're going to start obviously from the ground, moving all the way up with different yoga poses, getting familiar with starting to build the awareness of the engagements, the alignments in the body. So the beginning couple of classes might run a little slow, just for more of an explanation kind of idea, I guess. For those of you who have never practiced yoga, I always give adjustments, critiques, and modifications. I teach to all levels, so everyone is safe here. And also be able to give you guys an opportunity who are new to be able to kind of get familiar with the yoga poses. And I incorporate a lot of props in my practices, especially in beginner classes, so you guys can kind of understand that part of it. So February is back to basics. It's foundations, basically. And then over the course of the months, we'll have kind of different series every month. Kind of what I have planned in the future is I want to be able to incorporate different styles, hopefully add some more classes, different locations. I'm kind of afforded a lot of opportunities of some really cool locations to do. I want to also incorporate, like I said, I have a pretty diverse background in different styles and different techniques, such as Qigong and meditation techniques, breathing techniques, different specialties like Yin Yoga, which I'm absolutely in love with. And so I want to be able to bring that to you who you may never have been able to experience that style or that practice. And I'm also really wanting to incorporate my fellow yoga teacher friends or anybody who wants to contribute to the roaming yoga connection and be able to bring on guest teachers, because we all learn from each other. And so that's kind of the idea. Oh, and the last thing that I kind of wanted to be able to do is be able to do like live stream classes. We'll kind of see how that will work into things, like maybe once a month do like a special workshop, like a 2-hour, live stream workshop or something. I thought would be kind of cool. And that way you can like live stream your questions, or we can talk about things afterwards too. So again, if you haven't already given me your contact information, shoot me an email, Facebook me, or go to my website to the contacts page and give me that information. I hopefully will be able to start sending out newsletters and just different information that I think you guys would appreciate, and it gives you the opportunity to ask me any questions over anything that we go over, or things that you just in general have questions over. So this next part of this video, I wanted to kind of delve a little bit more into the intro to yoga and kind of talk more about props and certain things for people who have never stepped foot on a mat, or maybe have only had like a few classes. So stay tuned and I'll be right back. Friends, so this part of the video is going to be answering any of the questions that you might have starting out your yoga practice. Like I said in the beginning part of this video, I recommend certain props and certain things just to know and remember when starting your yoga practice. First thing is, you don't have to go out and invest thousands of dollars in yoga props, yoga clothes, all this stuff. You can wear sweatpants, you can wear whatever you have in your drawers, in your closet, it'll work, just as long as it's not too loose fitting to where you might get caught or tangled up. And props, a lot of the times you can just use towels, pillows, belts, scarves for props if you need them. So again, most of the time you can just use stuff at home if you have a home practice. If you practice at a yoga studio, 99% of the yoga studios will already have props for you, including yoga mats. So as far as props go, first things first, you need a yoga mat. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of yoga mats. It's really just a personal preference. None are really better than the other. I think some just have kind of certain things that they're made for, as far as like gripability and not being slick. But like I have just a basic Target sticky purple mat that goes under my jade yoga mat, which I love my jade yoga mat, but I find like especially on a wood floor, I have to have a sticky mat so that it doesn't move around, especially in classes that you do a lot more movement in. I tend to kind of move myself around, so I got a sticky mat. If you know you're going to be practicing on a wood floor, I would definitely recommend getting the thicker mats, or doubling up, buying 2 mats so that you have that extra padding, extra support, just in case, you know, you're kind of bony like I am. And again, you can get, if you just want to go to Target or Walmart just to kind of start everything out, they'll have all of, most of them will have all of these props that I'm going to talk about. So you definitely want to have your own mat. Again, yoga studios will have them available for you if you can't get them. The next thing that I would definitely recommend starting your practice is investing in some yoga blocks. These blocks are a little bit thicker. They make ones that are a little bit thinner. I find I get a lot more stability by using the thicker blocks. I don't like wood blocks. I need the foamy kind of give to them. They're just kind of, the wood blocks are just kind of a pain in the rear to kind of lug around anyway. These are a lot more lightweight, a lot more user friendly. So I get 2 just in case. So if we do standing poses, I can place my hand on them, or I can rest my head on them if we're doing relaxing poses. Next thing I would invest in is a really good strap. And they make all different kinds of lengths. They make a couple different lengths. I like the longest length just because you never know what you're going to need it for. Straps are really good for learning engagement and being able to feel the engagements, what it feels like in the body. It kind of brings that extra attention and awareness to those muscles in the areas that you're using it in. Plus, it makes doing forward folds or doing certain things, like if you can't reach your foot, you know, wrapping this around an ankle, it just helps kind of bridge that gap between where you have tightness and where you are trying to go towards. And then the last thing that I would definitely 100% invest in is blankets. Now, you can go online and get these, the Mexican blankets like these, which is what you're probably majority of the time going to see yoga studios using and a lot of yoga teachers using. I have these. I am obsessed with these. I have at least 4. I would recommend you getting at least 2. These are great for if you need to elevate, if you're kind of needing an extra help on keeping your hips level. A lot of the times we use these underneath your knees if we're in kneeling poses or on all fours, just for some extra cushion. And they're just really good to have, especially in Shavasana, rolling it up, placing it under the cradle, and cradling your head and using it as a blanket to keep warm in the winter months. Just really nice extra little thing to bring to your yoga classes. So that's kind of all of the basic props that I would definitely recommend. The only other thing that I would recommend is getting an eye pillow. So most of the time, sometimes yoga studios will sell them, but investing in a good eye pillow, especially for meditation or shavasana, which is the very last pose where you're laying on your back and you're completely zonked out because you've had a really intense class. These are great. These go right over the eyes. Usually they're filled with sand or certain kinds of seeds. They also put different herbs, like a lot of the times you'll find lavender that's inside this, which is just such a relaxing scent. It's really great and really relaxing. It cuts out all of the light so that you can really rest and be relaxed in your shavasana. But again, it's not necessary. You can always use jackets. You can always use your strap over your eyes if you need to do something as such. And you can either find these at your local Targets, your Walmarts, your sporting goods stores. You can also get some really good deals online for like starter kits. I got a lot of my stuff from a company called online that's called yogadirect.com, and I have the link down below for you guys if you're interested. There's one more thing that I would definitely recommend, especially those of you who like doing the more restorative or more relaxing. There's a bolster, which is this big spherical, basically a log looking pillow that is so great, especially if you have a lot of tightness and if you need to do a little bit more deep relaxing in your yoga practice. So the bolster would be the only other thing that I would say extra to get. Again, you can use blankets, towels at your house. They work the same way. So with your yoga practice, definitely hydrating, drinking enough water before class, and definitely drinking enough water after class. So you're moving a lot of things around, not only physically, but energetically. And so this helps to kind of cleanse all those bodies. And so kind of delving into a deeper practice, if you're really trying to get gung-ho into this, we're going to discuss the different styles, what everything means, why, how they differ from each other. So if you're starting your yoga practice and you're thinking about going to yoga studios, there's a couple of things to just know maybe. First and foremost, if you're just questioning it completely and you have no idea, feel like you just have no idea what you're doing, feel free to call the studio managers or the people who own it. I'm sure that they can explain everything for you. They can send you in the right direction of classes that may be good for you. If you're starting a practice, look for classes that say intro, beginner, maybe even gentle. Restorative classes are super, super gentle and relaxing. A lot of the time us yoga teachers like to get really fancy with our class names when really all it is just a basic maybe flow or vinyasa. Vinyasa just meaning constant movement or continuous movement. And so most of the time websites for studios will have descriptions, but again, talking to the people and really understanding where you need to go is the best option. And so, again, giving me any of your information at the beginning, getting your email. Also, if you're brand new and I've never worked with you, please, when you send your contact information, please send me any health related things that I need to know about, whether it's you're pregnant, whether you've had a hip replacement, if you have high or low blood pressure, if you have diabetes, just anything specifically that you think that would really need to be known about your physical body. And also, not to mention your mental body. So if there's anything that you're dealing with, depression, anxiety, certain things like that, we can attack those things. And then I'll better know how to give you all modifications. And I think that's really going to be it for this part of it. I really look forward to working with you again, and I thank you again so much for taking this journey with me, and I will see you all